Today, I give you 5 tips to rock your change in 2020 and beyond, so stay tuned. Hello, Becca Laurent here. I empower you with knowledge of non-toxic living, helping you to make easy, cost-effective changes for yourself and your family. I provide the tools needed to make life healthier naturally. And today we're going to be talking about committing to your changes here in 2020. In this fast-paced world, things are constantly changing, and it is healthy and necessary for our growth. If we fail to adapt and commit to change in our life, we are actually failing to thrive. If you sit down and reflect honestly, you will realize that change is really the only constant in life. It is imperative that we all commit and adapt to change. Here are a few ways to help you commit to your changes this year. The number one thing is you need to define your commitment. First things first, you need to define what change you want to commit to. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? If you don't define what you're committing to, you'll never really make the change. You have to be clear and honest with yourself when you're deciding what commitments you are wanting to make. Let us look at the example of healthy. If you're not liking the condition your body is in, you might be deciding to make changes to become healthier. What does healthy mean to you? Is it eating better? Is it exercising more? Is it detoxing? And what do all of those mean? Eating healthy, what are you considering eating healthy? Is it following a keto diet? Is it eating more fruits and vegetables? Is it just making more meals at home? Those are the steps that you need to decide on eating healthy. And then also exercising. What does that mean? Does that mean running 5 miles a day? Or does that mean just getting your butt up, get out the door and walk around the block? Those are big differences, aren't they? But both of them can be considered exercises. And as far as detoxing, what does that mean to you? Are you looking to take some sort of pill or regimen to detox your insides? Or are you looking to detox your personal care products? Or did you even know that that is something that needs to be done? Those are questions that you need to answer for yourself on defining what healthy means for you. And that's the number one tip that you need to consider when committing to change in 2020. Tip number 2 for your 2020 resolutions is keeping it simple sticks. I like to give my clients a kiss whenever they feel overwhelmed. And no, I'm not really talking about giving them the big old smack on the lips. I am actually referring to the acronym KISS. Keeping it simple sticks. Keeping your goals simple makes it stick. Does that make sense? Let me give you an example. All right, so you want to make some changes in 2020, and you've decided that drinking more water is one of your changes. And you are one of those that drinks 4 Cokes a day and no water. And you've also found out that 100 ounces of water is what you need for your body size. That's a huge change, is it not? If I was to sit here and tell you, no, don't drink any more sodas, I want you to drink water instead, you might tell me, okay, yeah, that's doable, and think in the back of your head, hell no, that ain't anything that I'm going to do. Well, I'm not telling you to get rid of your sodas at this point. That might be your overall goal, or that might be my overall goal for you, but what I'm going to start off with is a glass of water first thing in the morning doable? Yes, it is. Because the first thing you do is get up, drink a glass of water, and bam, Your goal is set for the day. I'm not telling you to change anything else. You are working on your commitment to change, and whenever that goal becomes a habit, then we can work on the next step. That is a doable change. You're keeping it simple so it sticks. Tip number 3 is do not be a spectator in your own commitment to change. The third thing that you need to do in your commitment to change is to make sure that you are not faking the funk. And what that means is you are wanting to be healthy, right? And you know that going to the gym and changing your diet are two major things that you need to do to make life healthier. Well, faking the funk would be, say, going to the gym and then going to a McDonald's afterwards, right? You're not really committing to your changes if you aren't looking at the whole picture. So even though I gave you the tool to keep it simple, making it too simple and making it too slow, and you're faking yourself. Commitment is an obligation that you cannot fulfill if you are not fully engaged in it. Tip number 4 for committing to change in 2020 is to be persistent. Commitments require persistence. You cannot chicken out if you're finding that you are having a hard time adapting to your change, or you're not reaping the rewards as fast as you thought you should be. To acquire great results from change, you have to practice persistence. Let's go back to that example of soda. There'll be days that you are rocking it. You are doing great on maintaining the goals that you have set on doing less soda. But then there'll be days that hit you from behind. Say, a spontaneous movie, and you really want a soda with that popcorn. Well, do you give in, or are you persistent? Well, here's a tip for you. Maybe you need to work on making some tasty herbal tea instead of grabbing an extra soda. Or just put your big girl panties on and drink that water. What do you want more? Do you want health, or do you want that soda? When you start making choices based on the answer to the question, will this get me closer to or further from my goals, changes become easier, and it becomes much easier to commit to them. So keep that in mind. Every time you falter, just start asking yourself, will this get me closer to or further from the ultimate goal that I want? Because I guarantee it's not that soda. And the last tip number 5, is to refresh your motivation. Motivation is great right off the bat, but then you get bored with it. And that goes back to the tip number 1 of writing down and mapping out your goals to commit to change. Because there will be days, and many days, that you will need to go back and look at the why you want to do this just to get you through it. It goes back to that question of, will this get me closer to or further from my goals? That's why you must answer the why, because the why will get you through the hard times. And you need to refresh yourself with those whys often. Write your goals down in a journal, put it up on a vision board, write it in lipstick on your mirror, do sticky notes. It doesn't matter what you do, just remind yourself why you're doing this, and remind yourself often. You are great, and remind yourself of that too. Committing yourself to change, any change, is significant and can be daunting. Take your baby steps with these 5 tips to get started. And remember, a slip up is not the end of the game, and slow and steady wins the race. If you would like to learn more about changing to healthier habits with a detox lifestyle, then I have a free lesson for you. Check out in the description section below for the link Detox, a quick fix and the long-term solution. You can find the information in the description section below, or you can also hop over to beccasplanet.com and click on the link for the training there. Either way, I'll see you on the other side. And until then, live healthy, be happy, and rock on. This is Becca. I'll see you later. Bye.